clear the throat because I'm still crying a little bit from the last one I did, and because I got a cold as well. Uh, this one is gonna be another one-off. We're gonna start it off from something I wrote this morning, and it has to do with the most beautiful thing I ever saw yesterday, which was briefs. Thank you, Fringe. Thank you, Australia. Thank you, Camp Butchness. Stage stuttering forwards. Frontal lobe scrape. Lobotomy of my mind. Left a blank globe. Slate of my conscience. Pinprick of my inner eye. Rendered my life blind, and my conscience is thin but filled with regret, because I am still contempt itself in the mirror, and the anxiety is setting in, and my eyes are closed, and my fingers are treading water in the air. I'm trying to breathe, but there's no stability. This world is obscene, like God on a throne, creating bipolar consciences. Trapped in one shell, they are ghosts of the most beautiful thing ever formed in this world, and they are transgender. They are hid and thrown stones, and they're beautiful queens on a stage, dancing like circus freaks, but in ways that are signals and signs of life that we've forgotten so long ago, and the thread of their design is beautiful, and it intoxicates the soul with red pill mythos. Out of comfortable dwellings in our appendix of dust, wherein we are asphyxiated by apathy, and the conscience is overriddled with greed and lust for what we can take in. But in that moment we are trapped in the performance that they've created, and they're formulating themselves to play with sticks and dance amongst stones and play with fire and roses, and black lips are singing and dancing upon treadmills as wind is blowing, and there are feathers everywhere, and it's the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen, and my heart is witnessing the birth of reality. And once I remiss as I'm standing at the edge, and Mark has blown me a kiss after winning Drag Queen Mr. Transgender 2009. He's the most beautiful thing I've ever laid eyes on, and I can't believe that this isn't accepted by churches where I grew up in. I can't believe that they hate with such abundance, and this is the most beautiful performance I've ever witnessed. Dear Briefs, I love you all. Never stop doing this. I wish I had bought a raffle ticket, not so I could have won and sat down on the 19-year-old like Betty did, but that could have contributed to your lives just a bit more than this present that I'm creating. And I hope and I wish that my performance straight from my mind is something that matters into you, because you're all beautiful, you're all amazing, and I wish to touch you all with the anomaly of my heart, and my eyes are closed, and I am speaking this as if it mattered, even though the frontal lobe of my cortex is gone, and my globe of a conscience is battered and blank like a slate that is frozen via theft of a lobotomy that says, I am a poet unqualified to speak, so render myself silence like a stage that I'm on the side on in the dark, mumbling to myself like a throne that is my delusion. And it's not depression, because I'm speaking after seeing the most beautiful thing my eyes have ever laid eyes on, and it is that climactic ending Mark graced us with, and the dance performance that opened, and the smiles that you gave us in my heart. And the picture beside you says that the smile was the most beautiful, intoxicating allure of a performance that I have ever seen. Dear Briefs, I hope you all continue on despite the inequality and the obscenity of this world. You are beautiful, and you're worth every second that I ever spend lingering my eyes over your hips, to your hands, to your shoulders, and your muscles therein, and the stratosphere of your constellation, and the celestial beings you are. You are the pinprick of my inner eye, and the theft of my life rendered blind. I'd remember all of you, as if you stood before me. I'd never have to touch your faces to reminisce, and I'd never regret having seen you if you were the last thing that I ever saw, despite the love that I would lose as my gray eyes in the mirror of my lover's self would never see me again as I see them, because I would be blind and gray into green like a sea from the sky changes. Dear Briefs, you are beautiful, and I am sorry I couldn't praise you more, but I'm a humble poet and I'm broken, and I'm standing at your door again and again, and I'm knocking, and I'll see you someday. Please come back to us. Thank you for the performance of dance, a song of magic, of prose, of contortionists, and walking the dog in a cradle, and a Rubik's Cube of a glasses that was a freak nerd just like me. And I felt complete watching the handsome man that was 19 straight out of the hallways of a high school wherein I was bullied so far down that I never felt like walking in or out of them again. And I thank you all for everything you ever did in the circus performance of the trapeze, the standing in silence for mere seconds, because even that is beauty. And so I leave you with the trinity of the most wondrous thing ever said, to touch a heart of another man, to transgender queen, to woman. I love you.